Hi friends, my name is Akil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to use the import and export wizard in SQL Server. So this is my profile. I have 8+ years of experience in Microsoft technologies, mainly in SSIS. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how we can use import and export wizard to copy data from one source to another. And in this particular video I will show you how we can load a CSV file to a SQL Server database using import and export wizard. We can also save the SSIS package from import and export wizard. So without wasting time, let's jump to the demo. This is my SQL Server Management Studio, and we will be loading a CSV file which is situated at this particular location, C files -date_1 to a SQL Server database using import and export wizard. So in real life scenarios, sometimes we need to do a one time of task. For example, sometimes we need to load some file to a database, and sometimes we need to copy one or more SQL Server tables from one server to another server. So in those scenarios, when the task is just one time of task, then we can use the import and export wizard. I also use import and export wizard in my real life scenarios. Every time you don't need to create the SSIS package because that's just one time of task, so you can use the import and export wizard. And the another case can be, suppose if your data is on higher SQL Server version, for example if your data exists on SQL Server 2014 and you need to copy that data to SQL Server 2008, then in that particular scenario you can't just back up the database from the 2014 and restore it on the 2008. So in those kind of scenarios you can simply copy all data using import and export wizard to the lower version. Let me just show you. This is the one file testdate_1, and I just want to insert this particular data into the testing database. Okay, so what you need to do, right click on the database in which you want to import the data to or export data from, go to the task and then click import data, as I want to import data to this particular database. So this is the SQL Server import and export wizard. You simply need to click next. Now you want to select the source from where you want to import the data. So in our case it's a flat file source, so we need to select the flat file here. If you are importing data from Excel, then you need to select Excel, and if you are going to import data from SQL Server, so you need to select Microsoft OLEDB provider for SQL Server. But in this scenario I'm going to select flat file source. Once you have selected flat file source, you need to browse the file that you want to import to SQL Server, and my file exists under C files and the file type is CSV. So this is my file that I want to import. So click open, and now you can preview data here as well. So these are the columns in the file. You can also go to advanced and check the data type of the column. So the default length is 50, that is taken by this import and export wizard. So in case the data in your file has more length, for example if the length of company name is 100, so you can reset it to 100 here as well. Okay, and also you can change the data type as well. For example, if ID is of identity type, so what you can do, you can change the data type here. But in this particular scenario I'm just going to keep it as it is. I just change the length of the column from 50 to 100. So that's it. Okay, and now simply click next. Here we want to choose a destination to which we want to insert data to. So in this particular case I want to insert data to a SQL Server table, so I need to select Microsoft OLEDB provider for SQL Server. Okay, and under the server name, either I need to provide a server name, or if you have only one SQL Server installed on your machine, then either you can type a dot or you can type a localhost as well. So in this particular case I'm just typing a dot because I have only one SQL Server installed on my machine. So the database name, it's pre-selected because you right clicked on this particular database and started the wizard and said that you want to import data to this particular database. However, you can change database name as well if you want. So these are the databases on my machine. So if you want to change the database, you can change, but for now I want to insert data to this particular database only. And now click next. So you have so far you have configured the source and destination, and now you need to provide the table name to which you want to insert data to. So the source will be this particular CSV file and destination will be testdate_1 SQL Server table. You can insert data to an existing table as well, or if you are inserting data to this particular table, so maybe you can rename the table name. For example, you can name the table as testdate_100. Once this particular table is selected, you can click on edit mapping. So here you can see that it's going to create the destination table. When the wizard will run, so it will create a destination table. Otherwise, if table was already there, so it will say that append rows to destination table. This particular radio box button will be checked if the table is already exist. You can check that data type columns here for destination table. So for example, if it is varchar 50 or 100, so you can modify the destination table data type as well. So as I change the length of the company name in the flat file connection manager from 50 to 100, so that's why it has taken the 100. But if you want to change the data type for any column, for example, if you want to keep the ID as int, so you can do this as well. Okay, so I'm just changing the data type of the ID to integer. Otherwise, if you don't want to change anything, you can just leave it as it is and then simply click OK. And now you can click on next. So here it's it's just reviewing. It's saying that it's showing some some warning on the first column because the data type is mismatched, because in the source the data type is varchar 50 and in the destination the data type is integer. So that's why there is one warning here. But we knows that the data in the first column is of integer type, so there should not be any issue inserting that particular data into the integer column. So we can simply click next. So now here there are two options, run immediately, or there is one option as well, save SSIS package. So if you want to save the SSIS package as well, then you can simply click save SSIS package and maybe click on file system. And there are some package protection level like encrypt sensitive data with user key and some other options. You can encrypt the package with all data with password as well. So for now we can leave the default option selected and click next. And now because we have selected like save the SSIS package, so we need to provide the name of the SSIS package. So maybe we can name the SSIS package as load CSV file, and then this is the default location for saving the SSIS package. So let me just copy this particular location so that I can show you, and we can just check now whether the package exists or not at this particular location. So this particular package doesn't exist as of now. Okay, and I can delete these two files. Okay, so now click next. So this is the final information that it is showing, that the destination provided is SQL OLTP. It's saying that copy rows from C files test data CSV to this particular SQL Server table, and the new target table will be created. So and the package will be saved to package file, this particular file. So it's showing what it is going to do while running the import and export wizard. So to execute the import and export wizard, you can simply click finish. So it will actually load 30 records from the CSV file into a SQL Server database table, and then it will save the package as well. So you can see that the execution was successful and it has loaded 30 rows from the CSV file to a SQL Server table. You can click on close, and then you can verify the data here as well. So we created the table with test data underscore 100, so there should be 30 records in it. You can see that we have 30 records in this particular table, and if you go back to this particular location, now there is a package load CSV file.dtsx. so this is the SSIS package. If you read on this particular SSIS package, so it will load the same data again. Okay, so guys, this is how we can use the import and export wizard to move data from one source to another one. So it's very much useful in real life scenarios, in day-to-day tasks. Thank you guys for watching this particular video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos on SSIS and other related technologies. Thank you so much.